Okay. What else?
Um, you have you have the Kyle Kuzma stuff,
Yeah.
which I'd rather have
Actually,
Grant in my opinion. But if you can get Kuzma for Barnes and two firsts, I mean, it's kind of like why not? But
so
I
can we
would still
do?
rather have Grant.
Can
But
we do
Kuzma's just a little
Dame?
cheaper. That's really only the only
So
difference.
39. You do Harrison, Kevin. We'll even do
Sasha, what's that?
39. It works.
And then
And
you're gonna
you even pay.
if you're gonna have to
And
include two firsts for that.
uh, let me see. You get
Unless you do Davion instead of Sasha,
hmm.
but I don't know. I don't know who has more value at this point
Right, and then you
because
do
I'm not giving up Trey.
picks. So
I
which first round? So which one would be the first round? What year?
well, if the Kings don't have the 24, then it's got to be 26 and then
Okay,
28.
trade top 10 protected.
And you're gonna have to give up 28 too because Tyus is worth the first.
28 top 10 protected. And you give him second round pick. Second round pick. Let's see.
I think the Wizards would do that in a heartbeat, but I don't know if the Kings are interested in that. I wonder what Tyus would like. Would you trade like Kevin in a first straight up for Tyus?
Mm, yes. Tyus
See,
is
like if
that
you,
good though. Like Tyus is that good.
that's my point. Like if you can straight up trade attach like a pick to one of
There's not a bad deal for the Kings though.
at all because you start Monk in the situation and then it becomes Fox, Monk, Kuzma, Keegan, Sabonis, and then you have Tyus running your bench.
So so we got that, right? Let's go Fans Pro. Oh shit. Fans Pro. Let's go
Go
back to the Kings
go
and then we'll
Portland.
go Portland. God, 27? Is that what he's making?
Grant?
Or did not update this?
I thought he was making 31 or something.
Yeah, me too. Or is it a late is it a
Maybe
late contract where it
does
goes
it
up
go
in
up?
price? I mean, it would have to,
Probably,
right?
probably, which would actually
I thought he was
better
getting
for the
paid
team.
35 million. Let's
Maybe
see.
I thought it was
Jeremy
maybe it goes
Grant.
27, 33, 35, 37.
Let's see contract.
That's probably what it goes. 27, 33, 35, 37.
Wow, it does,
No, it
huh?
says 32. Oh, it does go. Yeah, 27, 29, 32, 34.
36. I mean,
That makes it
27.
actually that actually makes it more kind of enticing.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was, well, if it doesn't work, then you got to trade him here in this year. 25,
Well,
26. He's
yeah, but
31, 29, 30, 31. Go back to that. So you get him, and
and
then you
then
then
who
you
would you rather
get
have between? I would try and get Thibault or Brogdon, but I think how many does Thibault make a year?
10.
What about Brogdon? Over 10, right?
Yeah, he's making 22.
Oh God, yeah, you can't trade. He's
So
making
you go
22.
Kevin. You
It's
go
pretty much the same
Kevin.
package.
I mean, 38. Oh,
Thibault's probably worth the first with the way he's playing this year.
they got 38. What? 37?
Yeah, but the Portland can take on salary. I'm pretty sure, so you can include Davion in that. Who
It's in
else?
32. Oh, outgoing. That's right. 32. So they need Oh, so you're saying so we still need more though. We still have to add more because we can't take on 6 million.
That's what I'm saying. You got to add Davion in.
So let me see. At this point, you add Davion. Okay, so that's 38.
And
Okay,
now
that's
you got to
30.
include two firsts. Same.
So same thing. 26 top 10. 28 top 10. Right, then you do 26. You just give it to them. So 28. You give it to them.
I would be a little hesitant to give up two firsts for a Grant and Thibault just because they're older and on bigger deals. But
That makes more
I think
sense because they're not rentals in a way.
right. I think Tyus would kind of be a rental, but at least with Thibault, I mean
So we
Thibault
got
Matisse has
that.
been really good this year. He's shooting like 39% from three on 6 attempts.
There any way you can get Malcolm in this deal? No, right?
It would have to be no, not with Grant. No way.
Yeah, you're looking down the
He's
roster and
making 22. That's crazy.
you don't have enough money for him. All right, so let's see. Does it work? Does it not work? It works. So
Let's go to the Nets.
let's go to the Nets. Fans Pro.
And
So
this
let's
would be
go.
like smaller deal with them, but
Kings, Nets. Who do
you
you
can pretty
want?
much you know the two I've been saying, either one, but
Can you get both?
oh, you're probably talking Kevin HB and a first probably for both
I'll give him two first.
because I know they want at least a first for both.
Done. 32. Oh, that's. They're making way more, aren't they?
Nah, those two are on great deals.
So 9, 14, and 9.
You can't do Kevin and HB make too much.
32. So we need someone else.
You
Who
could
they
they're not,
want?
and then that's when it comes a problem because
Yeah, but if you add Harry Giles to it,
Dennis Smith.
how much do we need though?
You need there's a difference of 9,
23. So 9.
but this is why I would trade for them separate, like one by one. Like if they said Kevin Davion in a first for Finney, that's a done deal.
What are they making? Who else is Nick Clocks?
You could, I would, I'm interested in Dennis Smith. You could go Finney and Dennis Smith.
He's only making 2 million though.
Yeah, but you
So
can
their
take
their
out.
books are weird.
I know because they have all their guys on bargain deals.
Oh, it still works though.
Yeah, and you'd have to include
No, no, yeah,
at
I'm
least.
just saying. I was just trying to see if like, wow. Let me see. How do you edit? Oh, adjust. So you add picks
That's
2026.
probably unprotected, and
No, you can protect top eight. You can do top eight on this one. Traded nets, and then you do 28. You do top eight. Traded
two
nets.
for both.
Round. Trade to
Nah,
nets.
not. I would dose. You're giving them two firsts for both or seconds.
Trade to nets.
Two firsts is too much for those two.
I'll do this in a heartbeat.
You wouldn't give them two firsts.
He's on $14 million for the next 3 years.
Yeah, but then you can't. Then you won't be able to move any other firsts down
For
for like
for what? I
years.
mean, at this point,
And then are you bringing? You're probably gonna pay Royce mid level if that's the case.
you have to, and you extend
Then
Dor and then you extend him on the bargain,
yeah,
and
Dorian's on. You don't gotta pay him for a minute. But I would. I'm just saying if you can't get both, like if it was Kevin Davion in a first for just one for Finney.
And then you go back to Washington and you watch this. Washington Fans Pro. You do this. You go Washington. Then you go get your little point guard here. Okay. You do the 14. And then you do this.
No,
What is that? 10?
I I
13,
can't
bro.
give up. I can't give up Trey there
Sure you can. Bye.
unless Royce is his replacement.
That's right. This is a lateral move.
So
Literally.
okay, so Royce is
And
filling his spot.
yeah, so we got Royce, we got two wings and a point guard who solves all your issues in so many ways. The problem is you don't have any more picks. Um,
That's why I'm not giving. That's why you can't give up two for
can you
both.
give up 2030?
You can.
All right, we'll do lottery project. We'll do more favorable. How about that? Trade to the
So that's if we
Wizards.
can't. That's if we can't get Tyus in the first Kuzma deal.
Okay. So, in the perfect world for me, I'm calling the Wizards. I'm going to get Tyus Jones for Trey Lyles, Davion Mitchell in the 2030 first round pick. Okay. And then I'm going to call the Nets and I'm going to trade Harrison Barnes, Kevin Huerter, 2 firsts, 2 seconds for Dorian Smith. So, do you now have Dorian Smith, Royce
Now
O'Neal?
your starting lineup becomes Fox, Monk,
Uh huh.
Finney Smith,
Uh huh.
Keegan,
It's
and
a
Sabonis.
bonus.
And now off your bench you have Tyus
Royce.
and Royce.
And you got Alex Len. That's 3. Who's your other guy?
That's why I'd rather give up Sasha instead of Trey. You can't give up Trey there.
Yeah, but they're gonna give up Sasha though. Like they're not gonna want Sasha.
You,
I'm happy. Are you happy if this happens?
yeah, I've been. You got to make. To me, these three teams are your best trade partners. Like period. Like unless you can convince the Bulls to give you Caruso with something. If you
Leo
don't,
going team to team. Come on, bro. Too much. Y'all ever watched the Nets game? DFS ain't it. Leo
have
getting
you watched
fleeced.
them?
Leo getting fleeced by the Nets.
That's a.
Am I getting fleeced? I just feel like
It's the two
who the hell
firsts.
wants Harrison Barnes? Let's be honest. Who the hell wants Harrison Barnes and Kevin Huerter? Like we talk all this shit, right, about these two players not balling, not hooping, and yet they're worth something. So when they're not worth something, you got to
You
give
have to
up real
attach.
assets. See what I'm saying? Like
It's the same thing with Rashawn. Like you have to attach a pick now when you have a
Like
negative
you have
asset.
to attach picks to get good wing perimeter defenders. Like that's
This
just the
yeah,
truth.
this
Like that's
isn't
just the
Monk,
truth. Like there are speculation that the Warriors might have to attach a pick to Andrew Wiggins.
which is
Now,
embarrassing.
now you're telling me that Andrew Wiggins is not better than both Harrison Barnes and Kevin Huerter, and they have to attach a pick? Come on, y'all. So yeah, I'm not getting fleeced. I understand what the market is, and I'm realistic and objective. Y'all being fanboys and thinking that we gonna fleece. Like the Kings are the Kings. The Kings don't fleece anybody. Like
And you're I don't think you're giving the Finney Smith and Royce their proper value. Like these guys
exactly.
would these guys are 3-and-D specialists
Like it's
with size.
crazy, bro. With no picks left, we're all in, bro. We got 2 wings. Got your backup point guard. Obviously, you're banking that you signed Tyus. Um,
Mid-level, hopefully.
no, so he's getting paid 14 now. So he got to get paid 17 at
No.
least.
He's having a bad year. He's not
Yeah,
going to go
to
from
be fair, everybody having a bad year on that team.
yeah, but mid-level is going to go up to what,
To,
13. You can give him a 2-year 30 or something about what he got.
wait, mid level was what 13 now,
It's this upcoming offseason, yes.
but he's making 14 though. How is he gonna
Right.
get
So
paid
why not just
less?
give him the same thing? Why not give him 2 years, 30? He's back. He's not
That's
starting
fit. That's
anymore.
15 though.
Yeah, he's not starting anymore.
But
You're
you, but that's more than mid level though.
same. I mean,
I mean, guy. I mean, an extra 2 milli, bro. I mean, that's something. I mean, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at
what
two
what
two
about
years 30.
you wanna pull up the Bulls? Are they a team?
Let's see. Do you really think you can win a chip with that team? If not, wait. Okay, so since we're giving
So
up,
okay.
so we're giving up 3 picks in this trade, okay, and that's fair. Do you think the
Well,
Kings can win the championship with that roster?
with just this move or the other moves also?
All of them with Dorian, Royce, and with what's his name,
So
Tyus.
instead of Kuzma and Grant,
I mean, what Kings fan Sneak is saying, he's asking, do you really think you can win a chip with that team? So with these 3 new players these three new
with
role
these
players,
two
with these
wings and
three
then
new,
Tyus,
with these 3 new role players, he's saying, so his point is, if you can't win a chip, why do that? My point is,
you're at least. I'll say this: you're at minimum like pushing for the conference finals because you got bet. These two should make
I
you
agree with
instantly a
that.
top 15 defensive team. Period. They also are 40% 3-point shooters. Period. You now put Monk back in the starting lineup. You have Tyus Jones, who is a 3-level scorer himself and a playmaker. Guy doesn't turn the ball over at all. Again, and now you become harder to defend. You have better defense on the perimeter to guard these elite teams in the West. I mean, if this isn't on paper conference finals, you're tripping.
To me, it gives you a real shot at the conference finals now.
Like real
Um,
shots. I don't think you
uh,
guys realize. Like, we're not. There's a reason why we're giving up a lot for those 3 role players.
like
Like
they're
they
really
are
good.
good.
Like they're really good
They're
role
really
players.
good.
Role players.
Like
Like they're really good players.
there's a reason why the Nets want 2 firsts for both. There's a reason that's out there. That's not just because every team's gonna call the Nets for those two. Every
Of
single team.
course, of
So
course.
you got to be.
So would you take that, or would you take the Kyle Kuzma? So in some regard, you're saying you rather have Kyle Kuzma than Finney Smith and Royce together? Because I personally wouldn't, but that's
No,
just
I
me.
would not. But like the higher upside move is Kyle Kuzma. But
Why though? Like
just
upside on what? On his empty ass stats? Are we
hey,
really
you
gonna
don't gotta
say
tell me. You don't
on
gotta tell
the
me.
on the third worst team in basketball, this guy is
So
putting up what 20, 23, 24 points a game.
that's my
Are you
point,
telling
right?
me Malik Monk wouldn't average 25 points a game on this weak ass team?
You don't gotta tell me. But if like
What it what has Kyle
okay, who's
Kuzma
better?
done though? Like seriously, like
My that's my point. But all everyone's like, oh, if he gets better in a better situation, could he be the third guy?
that's the problem. Like
But will he
Sabonis
accept
isn't the
that?
second guy. Like
But will Kuzma accept that though? Like, can he actually buy in? To me, Grant, I know can buy in. Who's
um
better right now, Kuzma or Grant?
I think Grant's a better player.
Thank you. And like,
I think Grant's a better player. Buddha says you need a real four. What does that mean?
oh,
Because at at the end of the day, Finney Smith is essentially your real four. Like you need good wings. I don't think you need a four because Kuzma don't play defense anyway.
you need size.
Like you need rotational guys that'll take a charge, that'll get a weak side block. Like Kuzma does neither of those things. So Kuzma
Right.
fixes your offensive issues
He
to some degree, but you're now like I feel like this trade is it's not the sexiest, like, oh my god, like we're not getting like a huge name, but you're getting guys who can play the game of basketball, who play within themselves, who are great system players, who are very good defenders, and you get and let's be honest, borderline starter, hands down the best backup point guard in basketball.
This guy he leads the league every year in assist to turnover ratio. Like,
And now you put Monk in the starting line. Like now you have a potential 20-point bucket getter every night.
and Jones can get you 12 and 5 easily
Easy.
off the bench.
Easy. And you can play Jones with Fox.
Exactly.
Because he actually plays a little bit of defense too.
Yeah.
Charlie says, now
I'm
the
sorry.
Clippers are smoking this team and Kawhi's giving DFS 60.
You're tripping.
Yeah, he's
You're
not giving
tripping.
him 60. He might give him like 31, but he ain't giving
Dude,
him
at least Finney
60.
Smith is gonna make it difficult though.
Didn't Kawhi average like 45 a game, which is DFS in the playoffs?
When?
Double check on that. I don't think so. So we 0-3 first for not one star. Sometimes, bro, you just got to roll with what you
Bro,
got.
see,
Like,
and they're saying that because they're undervaluing who these guys are.
of
Like,
course.
there's look around the league. Like Shams has reported, then you're going to have to give up. This is why Caruso is going to get had for 2 firsts.
And 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 I'll say this, bro, and to a Kings fan, and I think this is how we
Because
end it.
they don't watch
Look at
these other
no, wait.
players.
This is how we end it. He said, so we'd owe 3 firsts and not one star. Siakam isn't that guy. So he to me, he's a fringe quote unquote star. Okay. So if you give up 3 firsts for Siakam, I'm not happy either. But I'll end it on this. Yes, the Kings lost to the Suns today. The Kings are still better than the Suns. In a 7-game series, the Kings would beat the Suns. I 1,000%
Period.
believe that. Period. The
With
Suns
no
did
moves, they beat.
the Suns did what you want. They got a star, a big name in Bradley Beal. What have they done this
Like,
year?
where's their depth at all?
Like, where's your depth at all?
There's none.
None. Like, if you're upset about giving up 3 first round for starters, essentially, like guys that are going to make you better and improve the areas of your weaknesses, like I don't care about those picks, bro.
We
Like
just
I don't care about those picks.
that's to me the balance with, and I don't think Kings fans they're only watching their own team, so they're not seeing how actually valuable and good these other role players are. So when they hear, oh, so and so is gonna go for 2 firsts, it's like, yeah, they are, because every team wants that 6'8" wing or that defensive minded guard.
So to be fair, Fox had empty stats for years on the bad team, but we know what he is now, though. Like we're not gonna wait
Bro,
and hope and pray that Kyle Kuzma becomes De'Aaron Fox. He's not going to. The odds of that happening are 1% to none, bro. Like let's be honest. Like he's not going to have a De'Aaron Fox turnaround. He's not.
every team has empty stats players on it. Period. Just look at Andre Drummond's career. Tell me, what does he want? What does he want? But that guy's supposedly the best rebounder ever.
Right. DeRozan and Caruso. Yes, I would love DeRozan. I think DeRozan and Caruso solve a lot of issues for you.
That's another
Um,
team that's just not Levine, not
not
Levine.
Levine, not Levine, but I mean
If you
Levine's a
okay,
big name.
let me ask you this: if you get Levine with giving up no first, are you doing it?
So just salary fillers.
So just Barnes, HB, and Davion, are you doing it for 45 million a year, whoever he's on,
That's tough, bro.
knowing he's injury prone, but no first?
That has to be my last option. Like that has to be if we're at the deadline and there's like
Nothing
5 minutes left, and I'm like, and I have nothing else on the table. Just because I'm a gambler, I'll be like, all right, roll the dice. Like just roll it. But that's not something that I'm like excited about because availability is the best ability at the end of the
and
day.
for 45 million, I'm
That's
good.
tough. Like
I'm
that's
good.
that's gonna hamper your
And he,
salary
you could
cap for a
argue
long time.
he's put us empty stats just like Kuzma. So
Until he becomes a king, then you know what happens. I've been watching this here for too long. Tyus, we still ain't going to get fouls. I didn't say that. Zach Levine trade coming. Playoffs mean everything, bro. You don't insult me. I know what and who everyone is. Not insulting you. I just feel like you're not valuing depth, and the Kings don't have
no,
any.
Yeah,
like the Kings don't have any depth. Like let's be honest.
like if you're not gonna get the guy, then you got to get the role player.
If you're not gonna get the guy, then you got to get three really good role players, and I think you
Period.
get three really good role players.
Because your role players right now are Kevin and HB. You're
At
telling me Kevin.
worst, just say it's to his point. Players when they come to the Kings, they suck. Okay, if we're gonna go with the
But
narrative, at least you got guys that can defend. Like if
name
these
me
guys
one.
can't hit a shot, right? Hypothetically, just say that they can't hit a shot. At least you got two wings that can defend.
They're not gonna lose these. They're not gonna lose their shots all of a sudden. These guys are 40% shooters.
I mean, Kevin did. So, so to
But
his point, but Kevin is insignificant because he don't play no defense. Like if he
but
played defense, I'd be like keep him because then he has the potential to get his rhythm back and hit shots. So
but Finney and Royce don't take movement threes like him. They take spot up threes, and they actually can attack and close out.
DeRozan does not want to play in the small market anymore. He's going to the Knicks in the offseason. I like Royce in Utah where he played with himself, but he hasn't done that for the Nets. To be fair, there's hella wings on the Nets, bro. Some that the Kings
Okay,
don't
but
have.
the Nets because the Nets are struggling because they have like probably too much shooting, and not enough creation.
They don't have any creators. Like Spencer,
Mikel's their only guy.
like
And if you're relying on Mikel to be your only creator, I'm sorry. The rest of the team's going to struggle from that.
can Davion defend well, or does the refs make sure that he can't? I just feel like with Davion, yes, he's a great perimeter defender when he's on
Great.
somebody, but I think the problem with him is, and like guys know this, they don't want to smoke with him. So it's so easy just to get a screen and get him off of you, right? So now when you put Davion in a rotation, what is he? Because he's not a
Off the
great
ball
team
defense
defender.
is
Yeah, like
not good.
yeah, it's not good. Like his off ball defense, and then he's a small. At this point, he becomes what a small team defender
Yeah, so you just switched
with
him
no
onto
length.
somebody who's
Right.
probably 6'6". So guys
It's
are
tough.
smart.
Guys are very smart in the NBA, man. Like guys don't want to smoke with him on the individual one on one. I'm like, yeah, like Davion gonna clamp your ass. But the problem is we know that the pick and roll exists. We know that all these flare screens, like it's so easy to get him off. Like yes, he can fight all he wants, but at the end of the day, he's still our height. Like he's still 5'11", 6 foot, like at best, and he has no length. Like he has no plus wingspan. At least Spider Mitchell has a 6'11" wingspan. Like
And
his
is a superstar on offense. So
so
there's no he's not Dennis Schroeder. Like
get him in the post. No, switch it to rap. It's tough. True, but on ball the refs call foul and that too. So like refs don't give him the respect to like be handsy, which is what he wants to do, which he wants to set the tone. He wants to set the physicality, which is what you want, right? But if you can't do that, and it makes it that much more difficult. Like if Davion was 6'6", and to me,
oh well
if
if
Davion was
he
six
was
six, he'd be the
we're
guy
talking
from
about like
the Thunder.
Vanderbilt.
That what was his name? Andre
Oh,
Roberson. Which
oh
again,
god.
great role player, great defender. Just couldn't play in the fourth because he couldn't hit free throws and he just couldn't do anything on offense. At least,
Liability.
yeah. I mean, but you know that's a player that for the first 3 quarters you can make it tough on superstars. But he was like
Right.
6'7", 6'8".
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Like
you know
Vanderbilt now. It's like
like
just
do you call the Lakers and like go give Andy?
I would call for Rui for sure.
I mean, so would you rather have Royce or Rui?
Royce because Royce only makes 9.
Okay, well, that's a good point too.
Would
Um,
you are the Hawks a trade partner for you?
I think they are. I mean, you can go and go get yourself what's his name, a Hunter, a Hunter who's
Uh,
again making a lot of money, but that's someone that I can start. I think he's better than Harris Barnes.
I'd rather have Sadiq Bey, but
Mm.
yeah,
Really bad draft pick by Monty, considering guys like Moody and Jalen. I mean, we've all said this, bro. Like
that's
it was an awful pick. I mean, I was just we were all shocked. Like we were all shocked. I just would worry going for the depth.
well, every team's gonna do that. Every
Yeah,
team is going to do that.
if we can get Quentin Grimes or Miles McGrath for a 4-year contract, might be interesting. I mean, I love Grimes. I think
And
he's a
really,
hooper.
the Kings have advantages over all these teams for getting these role players because they actually have first to give. None of these
Right.
contenders above them don't.
Because they
So
gave him all for stars and then but then they like the Kings got their star, like they got their superstar and then they got their Robin or co-star, I guess, and Sabonis, but they don't have the depth and like the guys around them, bro. Like let's be honest.
no, like they don't have what the Pelicans have or the Wolves have for
Or the
depth. So
Nuggets,
that
just call a spade for a spade. Look at how the Nuggets are constructed. They got their main superstar, which is Jokic, and they got their co-star, which is Jamal. What do they have that the Kings don't? They got great effing role players.
KCP and
Or
Gordon,
Aaron Gordon.
who
They got
but KC
Michael. Like he's not a great player, but he functions well as a great shooter coming off of screens. Again, you need these guys, bro. Like injuries happen
okay,
all the time.
okay. So the Nuggets didn't go all in for depth, but they gave up a first and Gary Harris for Gordon, and they gave up a first and Monte Morris for Pope. What is that? They gave up two firsts for those guys.
Exactly. And they're not stars.
And they didn't just win the title, right?
And they're
Like,
not
come on.
stars. Like at some point, if you believe Fox is that guy, if you believe Fox is a top 10 player and you can't quote unquote get a star, then you got to go get depth and guys that
Right,
can
and
play.
the Kings have, like I said, none of these teams around them have picks to give for these guys. The Kings do. You got to give up that first and somebody else for that role player.
All those guys were drafted. The Kings don't draft functional forwards. They keep drafting guards. Who would you
They
rather
just
have long term, Keegan or Trey Murphy? Keegan, 100%.